Right, everybody, today is going to be a different video. Today's going to be a sort of like a vlog thing that I'm trying to do here, and we got the Insta360 camera on me right now. I've been getting several questions in the comment section about which camera to get, the XT50 or the XS20, and I thought we'll go around town while I answer this question for you. So sit back and relax, and let's just get right into it. The reason why we're talking about these two cameras is because, you know, the X106 is back ordered. You're not gonna find them in stock. Apparently the XT5 is also hard to find as well. So these two should be the only two options coming from the newer gen cameras. Oh, fuck off. Now, the reason why we're talking about these two cameras is because these two cameras also are the latest cameras to be released this past year, and they have the latest gen processor inside. So they're fairly newer, although you guys can still get, you know, stuff like the X-T4, X Pro 2, and all that. We're not gonna talk about that. We're just gonna talk about these two cameras. Now, I don't have any experience with the XT50. However, I did shoot with the XT20 and the XT30 back in the day. So I have a fairly good understanding of how that camera operates. So I'm just going to base what I know about the XT50 based on my experience with the XT20 and the XT30 and the XT5. Which camera should you get? In order to figure that out, whoa, we gotta, whoa, that's crazy. We gotta check out the specs. First off, let's start with the XS20. It's one of my favorite cameras because I love the XS10 so much. So what does the XS20 has that's different from the XT50? Well, let's go over the specs right now. The XS20 has a 26 megapixel sensor, whereas the XT50 has a 40 megapixel sensor. The XS20 is more of like a baby XH2S, whereas the XT50 is like a baby XT5. So one's video-centric mostly, and the other is photo-centric. The XS20 can shoot 6.2K open gate, whereas the XT50 cannot. XS20 can also shoot 4K 60, and I believe the XT50 can also shoot 4K 60 as well. Don't quote me on that. The XS20 has a hand grip. It also has a built-in flash, and it comes with the newer battery. It's a flip-out LCD screens for vloggers, whereas the XT50 doesn't have the new battery. It has a smaller hand grip. It does feel a little bit harder to hold. It doesn't feel as nice to hold as the XS20. Now, again, this is just based on my experience holding an XT30. I think that the XS20 has one of the best hand grip on a Fujifilm camera that I ever held. Oh my God, look at all these people. Oh God. Wow, look at everybody. Jesus. Whew. Oy. There's a lot. Oh my God, I'm so fucking hot and dark and sweating. Oh my God. The XT50 is a little bit smaller. It's made to be compact. It's made to be a travel companion. But I can say the same thing about the XS20 as well, because even though the XS20 is a little bit bigger, it's not by much, and it's still tiny in the grand scheme of things. All right, I'm gonna put you guys up there so you guys can see what's going on. Now, the XS20 also has the new updated battery, and I like this battery because you can last longer out on a shoot, and it doesn't deplete as quick as the old square Fuji batteries that is found on the XT50 and the X100. Both cameras have IBIS, and both cameras aren't weather sealed, and both of them have one memory card slot. Let's get some steps in so you guys can see what this town looks like from high above. Oh. At the end of the day, which camera should you get? Well, that is ultimately up to you guys and what your individual needs and wants are. For me, I would choose the XS20. Here's why. First off, I don't need the 40 megapixel sensor. I really like the XS20 and its hand grip, its battery. I can't stand the square batteries that they implemented in the XT50. I just can't. Oh, look at that sunset. Oh my God. Look at that fucking sunset. 40 megapixel is cool, but I don't really need it. And for the people that don't know if they need the 40 megapixel sensor or not, chances are you probably don't need it. 40 megapixel sensors are cool because, you know, You get to use the high resolution. You get a little bit more detail when you crop in, but it's not necessary. I really like the 26 megapixel because the files are more manageable. That's something people don't talk about when they get a 40 megapixel sensor camera. It's like, this is something they don't tell you, that it's gonna cost a little bit more money having a 40 megapixel sensor camera. 40 megapixel RAW files fills the card slot up a lot faster than the 26. You're gonna need storage. You're gonna have to store your RAW file somewhere. And you may or not need a new computer to edit these 40 megapixel RAW files. These 40 megapixel RAW files does bog down your computer. It does bog down mine. I have a MacBook Pro M1 Max, and it's super annoying trying to process those RAWs. Those are something to take into consideration if you're going to get this camera. Both these cameras are small, lightweight. They're good travel companions. But ultimately, if it's up to me, I recommend the XS20 more. Both cameras can take great pictures. Both have like great colors. So at the end of the day, it's ultimately up to you and what your needs and wants are. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you found this video helpful, consider subscribing for more Fujifilm content like this. Yeah, let me put this back to you guys. What are you guys looking for? If you guys were to pick one, would it be the XS20 or would it be the XT50? I would love to know your thoughts down in the comment section below. So yeah, and if you're interested in any of these cameras, I'll leave the links down in the description as well. Thanks so much.